actually early.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
There's no games
That's
in
never
it.
happened before. They've never started early.
They didn't mean it to.
All good? Fanfare and processional. I think they're ready. Drum roll for start.
whatsoever things are true. A promise made here at the University of Alberta over 100 years ago. Today we are gathered to celebrate this commitment to ourselves and to our community. We celebrate with all those who leave here today with their degrees. May you continue to seek truth. May you continue to serve in our global home. May you continue to grow in wisdom and understanding. And may you continue to uphold the university's values of integrity, freedom, and the equality and dignity of all persons to create a community filled with promise for the future and goodwill toward all. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Alberta. My name is Doug Stollery, and I have the privilege of serving as Chancellor of this university and conferring all of your degrees today. The University of Alberta acknowledges that we are located on Treaty 6 territory and respects the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our vibrant community. On behalf of the entire university community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation. Graduates, we're very pleased that so many of your friends and family members could join us to celebrate your degrees. As you participate in today's ceremony, you are walking in the footsteps of many generations of scholars. Today's formal procession to the stage, led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Such guilds in past centuries were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge. Individuals moved from apprentice to master to teacher, assuming increasing responsibilities for learning and leadership in society. The many different academic gowns, hoods, and caps here on stage today reflect centuries of university tradition. As Chancellor, I wear our University of Alberta colors of green and gold. The different colors of your own faculty hoods signify to everyone here and to our society the degree that you have earned. Your caps, or Oxford-style mortarboards, may be considered a symbol of the scholar's independence and freedom. Today, we are all here to celebrate your freedom and to recognize your new leadership roles in our community. We will hear from a member of our Board of Governors and our university president. We will also hear from Dr. Cyril Kay, who has accepted an invitation to receive an Honorary Doctorate of Science, our university's highest honor. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrating extraordinary achievements or remarkable service to our society. Following the presentation of the honorary degree, we will begin with the recognition of your degrees. Your dean will present you on behalf of your faculty, and our president will guide you through your pledge to pursue the encouragement of learning and the public good. It will then be my great honor to admit you to your degrees and to confer upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with being a university graduate. Then it will be your turn up here with us. Each of you will cross the stage as your name is called. For everyone here, that will be the most important part of our ceremony. Your degree will be conferred as I congratulate you and we meet each other on stage. And a word of advice, since your degree is conferred, when you greet the Chancellor, it's a good idea to stop and remember to greet the Chancellor. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. Distinguished guests on the Convocation stage also include a number of community leaders, the deans of our faculties of science and graduate studies and research, and professors, and members of our academy. In reference to members of our academy, I'd like to take a moment to remember our dear friend and colleague, Dr. Margaret Ann Armour. After earning a PhD in organic chemistry from our university, Dr. Armour joined our chemistry department in 1979. Over the next 40 years, Dr. Armour earned a worldwide reputation for her research and teaching in hazardous waste handling and disposal. She also led the way as a champion for women in the sciences and contributed in countless ways to our community. Dr. Armour passed away on May 25th. She was a kind and gentle soul, and our university and our community have been enriched by her life. I'd now like to invite greetings from a member of our University Board of Governors, Dr. Lynn Parody.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. Douglas Stollery, President, Dr. David Turpin, distinguished guests, graduands, families, and friends. I am pleased to be here today on behalf of the Board of Governors to bring the Board's greetings and congratulations. Today is a day of celebration when the entire university community, along with your family and friends, gathers to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2019. It is also a day to celebrate the university. Through its mission to promote the public good, the University of Alberta successfully provided the academic resources that will continue to support your engagement with issues and opportunities of 2019 and beyond. Collectively and cooperatively, each of you will be the generation that moves us forward in the arts, in the economy, in knowledge, discovery, and research. You have changed, transformed over your years at the University of Alberta. Those of us on the stage and your friends and family in the auditorium see you moving into the broader community that respects, embraces, nurtures, and celebrates the diversity of our society. You are the kind of citizen who will share your knowledge, understanding, thoughtfulness, and skills that are the foundations of a civil society. Competent, giving, ethical, and engaged, today and tomorrow. Congratulations to you, your families, your friends, and supporters. Be proud, savor your success, enjoy today, and we wish you the very best for the future.
It's now my pleasure to invite Dr. David Turpin, the President of the University of Alberta, to address Convocation.
Eminent Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the Academy, staff, family, friends, and especially you, our graduates. Congratulations and well done. A few years ago, you set a goal, and through hard work and dedication, you have achieved it. And if we've done our job well, it hasn't been easy, and you've had to do maybe just a little bit more than you might have expected. And that is a big part of the point. The degree you take home today is a testament to others. It tells them that you can set goals and meet them. Even more importantly, your degree tells you that you have the skills and ability to succeed. Now, as we all know, universities are great at helping you set goals. We set out very clearly at the beginning of your degree what credits you'll need, which required courses, and so on. Your professors hand out syllabi at the beginning of every course. It outlines the assignments and the deadlines, and most of the time, we don't change the plan. The map to the finish line is pretty clear. Having that map is important if we're talking about earning a degree or a credential. But the reality is, life generally doesn't work that way. The truth is, your future is now unmapped territory. Plans will be made and goals set, and no doubt you will achieve many of them. But you will also sometimes fail or run into insurmountable barriers. You may find it takes much longer than expected to find the right job or feel that you've found your niche. The opportunities and offers that do come along may not make immediate sense in terms of your long-term goals, but moving forward will mean that you need to adapt. Today, just when we are celebrating the achievement and benefits of reaching a major goal, I want to encourage you to focus less on having a definitive future goal and instead remind yourself to be open to detours and changes in destination. To those of you who are getting just a little tired of hearing the question, "So, what next?" I want to assure you that that's all right. Now, parents, just stay with me for a minute. I'm not really suggesting that your child embrace a future of listless misdirection. Instead, I think it's worth noting that it's often only in retrospect that we can see how all of the smaller choices we make in our lives add up to a coherent whole. Let me give you an example. Like so many of you, over the past 7 years, my wife Sharamithra and I have watched 7 seasons of Game of Thrones. Last winter, at our remote cabin, when the rain just wouldn't stop, we binge-watched them all over again. Now, I can tell you, it all made a whole lot more sense second time around because we knew where all those twists and turns were heading. Now, please, no spoilers. Season 8 is going to have to wait until next winter. And as we all know, winter is coming. Now, my point is that in hindsight, each of our lives makes much more sense than they do as we live them. It's easy for me to see now how I moved from an undergraduate degree in biology to my being here behind this podium. But I can tell you that when I finished my undergraduate studies, I had no idea where I would end up. I only knew that I had a passion for the ocean and wanted to learn as much about it as I could. I never imagined becoming a professor. And then once I became a professor, I didn't have a clue that one day I would be a dean or a university president. All of these things happened because when opportunities came along, I opened myself to the possibilities. I listened to others to understand why they thought the opportunity might suit me. I asked myself if I would learn something from it. Would I be able to make a meaningful contribution? And thanks to those unexpected detours, I came to see myself differently. And the goals I thought I had were gradually refined into something I never could have imagined. What has remained constant are 3 fundamental lessons I learned early on in my life from teachers and mentors. The first is to always strive for excellence. Do not accept good enough when you know you are capable of doing better. In other words, always work hard, seek to make a contribution, and make whatever workplace you are a part of better for your being there. The second is to take care of the people around you. As a young scuba diving instructor, I learned right away that my actions could mean the difference between life and death for my students. No matter our role, we have a duty to care for one another and do our utmost to make life better for others. And the third, and most important, is to know your values, those principles and standards that you use to judge what is most important in life. When I look back on my life, I see lots of detours and changes in destination. But running through it all are the values that have helped guide me and help me make decisions large and small. Human beings like predictability and order. Yet we risk speeding our way to total predictability with various algorithms, reading our preferences and limiting our choices to what we already know we like, while ignoring those things we may, in fact, come to love. All of this predictability can cut off a wide array of opportunities and rob us of our creativity. Having to adapt, to make imaginative leaps, to learn something new, These are skills that you already have and our world needs badly. We face serious and important challenges, and we need your leadership to help our communities adapt. We need all of you to help all of us to change direction and create new plans and new goals that will reshape our collective future. So when you consider your future, draw your map with a pencil and carry along an eraser. Be open to changes in direction. Take some risks. Focus more on the values that guide your journey rather than on the final goal. Those values will help you to decide which opportunity or detour is worth taking and where you have something to contribute. Finally, look to the person on your right and to your left, to those in front and in the auditorium behind you, and be aware that you are part of a community that walks with you. Sometimes we will share your goal. At others, we will help you see another path. And sometimes you will lead the rest of us. You now join a vibrant community of more than 290,000 University of Alberta alumni who, like you, have and will continue to do all they can to make their communities near and far better for all. So to each and every one of you, congratulations, and we look forward with great anticipation to all of your future accomplishments. Thank you and congratulations.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
It is a good day to be you.
Remember who you are. Remember where you come from.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
Your generation will be called upon to balance what is now moving quickly to a tipping point.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Go out and not simply change the world, go out and save the world. That is what I would seek you to do.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, it is our privilege to introduce Cyril Max Kay for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, our learning community's highest recognition. One of the world's preeminent protein biochemists, Cyril Kay has improved our understanding of the building blocks of life. After graduating from Harvard, he joined the U of A 2 years later and became a full professor in 1967. In 1974, he co-founded the Medical Research Council of Canada group in protein structure and function, which became internationally known and respected in the field. Dr. Kay was also a founding member of the Protein Engineering Network of Centers of Excellence, which attracted 60 researchers and was considered the top life science network in Canada. His 350 career publications have earned him international recognition in protein biochemistry, in particular on the structure-function relationship of muscle and calcium-binding proteins and their role in the regulation of muscle contraction and relaxation. He has also played a major role in the training of an entire generation of protein chemists working all across Canada. In 2006, Dr. Kay was recognized with an Aztec Award for his distinguished leadership in Alberta's science and technology community.
Dr. Kay also served for more than 10 years as Vice President Research with the former Alberta Cancer Board, marshalling the resources and expertise to create an Alberta research entity with enough critical mass to achieve heavyweight status on the international cancer research scene. In 2003, the Alberta Cancer Board and the Alberta Cancer Foundation endowed the Dr. Cyril M. Kay Graduate Studentship in honor of his role in promoting cancer research in Alberta. An officer of the Order of Canada, he is a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada and the Canadian Academy of Health Sciences. He has also served as a member on the selection committee for the prestigious Gairdner Foundation Awards and as co-chair of Alberta's Health Research Strategy Working Group. Dr. Kay is currently lending his expertise to the creation of a province-wide multidisciplinary research and education program on the lymphatic system and lymphatic diseases. This afternoon, we celebrate an inspiring legacy of academic scholarship and collaboration. We honor enduring contributions to public policy in support of the life sciences, and we celebrate a brilliant leading mind in our national and international research community. Eminent Chancellor, with deep respect, we present to you Cyril M. Kay.
Cyril Max Kay, in recognition of groundbreaking research and enduring leadership in biochemistry, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Science and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Congratulations.
Eminent Chancellor, President Turpin, representatives of the Board of Governors, graduands, family, and friends. I am deeply touched by the honor you have bestowed upon me, and I would like to thank all of those involved in my nomination and to the Chancellor and Senate for selecting me. Congratulations to all the graduates for your significant contributions. It is a pleasure also to offer my congratulations to your significant others and to your family and friends. An occasion such as this gives one an opportunity to be somewhat retrospective and to reflect on some of the historical highlights of one's career. I was born in Calgary and spent my first 17 years there. Unfortunately, when I was 12 years old, my father passed away, and it was uncertain that I would get to university. Fortunately, a family friend who was a graduate of McGill suggested I apply there for a McConnell Memorial Scholarship, which paid for tuition and room and board for 4 years. I was successful in receiving one of these and went on to Montreal, where I was faced with my first disappointment. It turned out that in 1949, McGill was strapped for lecture room and laboratory space because of the arrival of large numbers of veterans from the Second World War. In the face of this dilemma, McGill contracted space in an old RCAF base in St. John's, Quebec, some 70 kilometers from Montreal. My preference was to do honors chemistry, and it was decreed that this program for the first 2 years would entirely be based in St. John's. Well, I had not come all the way from Calgary to Montreal to be based in St. John's. So I went to the Faculty of Arts and Science office and asked an assistant dean if any science program was based on the home campus entirely in Montreal. He said honors biochemistry was, and I said, sign me up in biochemistry, and I never looked back. I subsequently went to Harvard for my PhD and then did postdoctoral work at Cambridge. In both universities, I had wonderful mentors. At Harvard, John Edsall, who was the sage of protein chemistry at that time, and Kenneth Bailey in Cambridge, an outstanding experimental muscle protein biochemist. The latter experience turned out to have a major influence on my life's work since I decided to concentrate on muscle proteins as my major research interest. I joined the biochem department at Alberta in 1958. My first research grant was the mighty sum of $300 obtained from a research fund for new faculty administered by the medical school. The curator of this fund was a pathologist who took his responsibilities very seriously and demanded quarterly reports on how I was using that money. Well, $300 even in those days didn't go very far, and one was limited with what one could buy. I decided to purchase a half a dozen pycnometers. These are vessels of fixed volume and can be used for estimating the densities of protein solutions. So, armed with these pycnometers and a water bath and balance, I proceeded to measure densities of muscle proteins as a function of temperature, pH, ionic strength, and the presence of denaturing agents. My first paper from Alberta sets down many of these variations, and if I may say so, it's still widely used in the field. I mention this story because it serves to illustrate that one can do reasonably good work even with limited budgets, providing one has an original idea or two. Certainly the most memorable legacy of my time at the University of Alberta has to be the co-founding and development of the Medical Research Council group in protein structure and function. The group became internationally known and respected for its multidisciplinary scientific contributions in the protein and enzyme areas, and as well as a superb environment for research training. In particular, I should like to highlight the principal investigators of the group. The late Larry Smiley, who served with me as a co-director from 1974 to 1995, Michael James and Brian Sykes, who are still active, outstanding researchers in the biochemistry department, Bob Hodges and Bob Flederick. We were later joined by Wayne Anderson, Zygmunt Deravenda, and Charles Holmes, our current biochemistry department chair. All were partners with me in building the group and steering its direction. Our success was due in large measure to an esprit de corps characterized by openness, freedom of exchange, and a lack of inhibitory competition that dissolved all barriers to collaboration. For me personally, the MRC group and the biochemistry department in general provided me with lifelong associations with scientists whose friendship I trust, whose company I enjoy, and whose creative work has given me almost as much pleasure as my own. I should mention that the Alberta Heritage Foundation for Medical Research played a major role in the group's development and progress in terms of providing major infrastructure as well as research stipends for many of the 200-plus graduate students and postdoctoral fellows we trained. Prior to the foundation becoming a reality in 1979, Premier Peter Lougheed visited a small group of us in the biochem department. He told us of his plans and he sought our advice on whether we thought excellent medical scientists, be they expatriate Albertans or others, could be attracted to Alberta if a research foundation was set up. We pointed out the success we personally had in the biochem department in attracting several of our own chemistry and biochemistry graduates back to Edmonton. He was impressed, and the rest, of course, is history. However, there was almost one faux pas during his visit. As the Premier was leaving, he came up to chat with me since we were in high school together, Central High School in Calgary. The Assistant Dean at that time, Alex McPherson, asked me how the Premier performed as a student. I answered exceptionally well, particularly in physics. The Premier chuckled, winked at me, and left the room. I was immediately thrown into a panic when I remembered that the Premier had failed physics the first time around, but obviously I had said the tactful and correct thing. I'm not saying that the establishment of the foundation hinged on my answer, but it didn't hurt. In a more serious vein, which is of significance here, is that the Premier came to consult with scientists on the shaping of policy with regard to an important scientific development. Oh, that present-day governments would do likewise, since the training and experience we receive as scientists equip and indeed obligate us to play a central role in the scientific and medical advancement of our communities. In 1995, I became emeritus, but I still wanted to remain intellectually active. Fortunately, my good friend Lauren Terrell heard that the Alberta Cancer Board was opening up a new position of Vice President Research, and he recommended me to Jean-Michel Turc, its CEO, who hired me. My involvement with the ACB opened the door to a host of interactions with scientists and clinicians in a number of domains, including many outside my own discipline, as well as becoming the source of another set of lasting friendships that I cherish. Turning back to you, the graduands, many of you will be striking forth in different directions and contributing to our society in ways that we cannot even imagine today. Whatever your niche in science turns out to be, I offer the following advice, which I hope you have gleaned from my academic travelogue. First, it is important to find a scientific territory that you really enjoy so that a long series of days or nights in the lab is ultimately fun as well as being productive. Second, do not be afraid of failure. Scientific research, much of the time, is a series of failures with long periods of gloom. You have to work through these periods, which will make you strong as well as influence your future path. Third, you should find good mentors along the way. Mentors set the stage for all that follows, the ensuing research thrusts, the associations, and collaborations. Finally, the key for success is to remain flexible and to recognize that your analytical and critical skills that you developed as a scientist have tremendous application to a variety of professional careers. Good luck in all your endeavors. In conclusion, although I consider myself fortunate in respect to my scientific career, this pales compared to the devotion and support of my immediate family. My wife, Faye, whom as of this date I have shared some 65 years, and who in her own right was an exceptional grade 1 teacher, and my children, Lisa and Louis, and my 4 grandchildren. I sincerely feel that whatever it is I have given, I have received considerably more in return. Eminent Chancellor, it has been a great journey, culminated by this wonderful honor, for which I thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Kay, thank you for sharing with us the story of your journey, or as you describe it, your academic travelogue, and for sharing with us the lessons that you have learned over the course of your remarkable career. To commemorate this honorary degree, we would now ask that you sign our university honor roll. And that makes it official. You are now a member of the University of Alberta class of 2019. Welcome to the family. And now, graduates, it is your turn. As the name of each graduate is called to cross the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees and will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates in the community. I look forward to meeting you here on stage.
The candidates for degrees will please rise. And follow on page 5 of the Convocation program. So you'll have a spoken response, so please follow along using page 5. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, to serve your community for the public good, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Frank Marsiglio and Professor Deborah Burstyn, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Science and Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, the recipient of a Governor General's Gold Medal, Danielle Lynn Peters.
Dr. Danielle Lynn Peters is the recipient of the Governor General's Gold Medal, awarded at the spring convocation by the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. This medal is presented on behalf of the Governor General of Canada, Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Julie Payette. Established in 1873, the Governor General's Gold Medal is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. Dr. Peters' hometown is Cumberland, British Columbia. She holds a Bachelor of Science from Vancouver Island University. Today, she receives her Doctor of Philosophy degree in microbiology and biotechnology from the Department of Biological Sciences. Dr. Peters' thesis is entitled Identification and Characterization of 6 Bacteriophages capable of infecting extreme antibiotic-resistant strains of S. multifida. Her research focused on infections caused by this ubiquitous bacillus that are on the rise worldwide. Due to the impressive array of innate antibiotic resistance mechanisms employed by this bacterium, treatment is exceedingly difficult. Therefore, alternative treatment options are required. To combat these deadly infections, researchers around the world have shown a renewed interest in the use of phage therapy, or the clinical application of virus parasites to bacteria. To this end, 6 novel phages were isolated against 3 clinical isolates of the bacillus for further characterization. During her graduate studies, Dr. Peters published 6 peer-reviewed publications. She was the first author on 4 of them. In addition, she had the opportunity to present her research findings at national and international conferences. She was the recipient of several prestigious awards at the University of Alberta, including the National Sciences and Engineering Research Council Postgraduate Scholarship, the Queen Elizabeth II Graduate Scholarship, and the Alberta Innovates Graduate Student Scholarship. In her spare time, Dr. Peters loves to be outdoors with friends. She loves road and mountain biking, rock and ice climbing, along with a vast array of other activities. She also likes to express her creative side through her love of cooking and watercolor painting. Dr. Peters, please accept our heartiest congratulations. Well done. Yeah, we used to have a place up at Mount Ashland.
Maryam Akajamali. Elham Ahmadi. Youngchan M. MD Samrat Alam. Jocelyn Nicole Backman. Ronald Batalas Huacan. Nushin Daganyan. Judith Derry Takaj. Chenze Dayo. Hong Nyo Din. Shichen Fang. Carolyn Marie Furlong. Francesco Gentile. Nassim Hajarti. MD Shahidul Islam. Vidran Jelek. Stephen Alexander Lane. Hajian Lee. Natalia Lifshitz. Yanwen Lin. Mantu Lu. Janet Ng. Iman Abdelrahman Osman. Kento Osuga. Sonia Zoe Pollock. Angelo Shahan Parara. Arif Rabani. Sunil Rajput. Zijan Sim. Kishan Stevenson. Sila Tao. Alyssa Michelle Weinrow. London Cameron Ashley Zaroni.
Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Arts, Vicky Richard Karcha. Evan Joseph Shilabeer. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Science, Mina Abdi Oskui. Samar Hassan Al-Masri. Brittany Irene Antonakis. Chirag Balakrishna. Harsh Barsi. Marianne Bek Mohammed Lu. Catherine Elizabeth Bina. Cole Garrett Brockman. Samuel Suraj Bushi. Andres Felipe Canavera Herrera. Jared James Candlish. Mandy Wingyin Chan. Jerry Chen. Li Wen Chen. David Alejandro Cocombasto. Joshua Edmund Culling. Sarshar Dadashtade. Annie Dai. Kyle Cameron DeHaan. Julie Nadine Edney. Janatul Ferdous. Amri Hossein Furuzodanhen Mogandam. Sayaderi Hana Gorasharamiri. Yao Gong. Sydney Kathleen Gross. Matthew Thomas Halma. Selena Xiang. Juan Fernando Hernandez Garcia. Esan Imani. Sniprit Kaur. Kashif Khalid. Niharika Kandelwal. Edward Vadim Kravchinsky. Vinaykumar Gopal Kulkarni. Chenwei Le. Yuan Yi. Yu Ying Li. Dinghao Liu. Derek Edward MacDonald. Hamad Hanif Mansour. Rodrigo Margain Quevedo. Eden McDonald Yale. Gaurav Mishra. Natmin Win. Liana Arakelage, Madhavi Pavitram Namalaratni. Natalia Sorio Orozco. Yashashwini Pamar. Nikunjumar Patel. Isabel Plata. Amir Purnajib. Shweta Rai. Salman Ishfaq Rator. Nilson Ripamonti Calazans Diaz. Himank Sarna. Aman Singh. Vanitpal Singh. Christopher Peter Stice. Jonathan Allen Scott Toma. Lin Tong. Stephen Andrew Lane Travoy. Samil Mehebuhai Vanzar. Michael Vivian. Xiaohang Wang. Johannes Destau Wolde Mikael. Landon Wu. Le Yuan Yu. Shiva Zamani. Xiu Zhang. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science with honors. Recipient of a Governor General's Silver Medal, a Lieutenant Governor's Gold Medal, and a John Ross McGregor Scholarship in Mathematical and Statistical Sciences. Zachariah Philip Lee Goldthorpe with first-class honors.
Zach Goldthorpe is one of 3 recipients of the Governor General's Silver Medal. The Governor General's Silver Medals are the University of Alberta's most prestigious academic awards and are donated by the Governor General of Canada. First presented in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the medals recognize and encourage academic excellence across Canada. He is also this year's recipient of the Lieutenant Governor's Gold Medal. This medal is awarded to the graduating student in an honors program in the Faculty of Science who has shown the highest distinction in scholarship. Zach's dedication to academia has earned him countless awards, including the Urban and Regional Information Systems Association Alberta Chapter Scholarship. He has demonstrated his commitment to the campus community by volunteering and competing as a member of the University of Alberta Programming Club. Upon graduation, Zach will continue his studies in mathematics at the University of British Columbia. He plans to pursue a career focused on research mathematics with the ultimate goal of becoming a university professor. Zach, congratulations. Okay. There's so many of them, I have to put them in a bag. Thank you so much. Okay.
Vivian Onyinye Chioma Aganya with first-class honors. Alejandro Jose Alvarez with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Heather Ann Baker. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Michael Vester Tabilos Bautista. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Dan Tudor Bogici with first-class honors. Paul Garrett Badinsky with first-class honors. Precious Moyanoloa Amusan. Han Tsao with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Devin Donald Christoffel with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in biomedical research and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Tiana Grace Clark with first-class honors. Shinlei Chen. Receiving a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Octavian Christier with first-class honors. Jonah William Curl with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science and also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Natalie Maya Krutschman with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Chukwudula Precious Dim with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science and also receiving a certificate in computer game development, Wang Dong with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Hitesh Duki. Recipient of an APEGA Past President's Medal in Geology, Jace Donald Eady with first-class honors. Recipient of a William R. Scott Memorial Prize in Economic Geology and a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Connor Gregory Elzinga with first-class honors. Kota Sean Endo with first-class honors. Yuhan Fan with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a certificate in biomedical research, Changhao Fang with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Jessica Lailani Amelia Rose Ferreira. Nicholas Michael Fialka with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Melanie Ann Fulkins. Sabrina Carol Fox with first-class honors. Devin Anthony Frayne with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and also receiving a research certificate in science, Rowan Lorraine Kathleen French with first-class honors. Joy Fugler. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and also receiving a research certificate in science, Riel Lynn Quilcini Gagnon with first-class honors. Janine Lachicha Gallego with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Justine Marianne Gargula with first-class honors. James Craig Gibbons with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in science, Ashley Rebecca Gilliland. Aparjit Yanashekaran. Kelly Neal Hockle. Sarah Catherine Hales. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Lucy Elizabeth Harris with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Tira Hinchliff. Jiwan Ho. Sarah Catherine Howard. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a Dr. Ali Amir Hussein Scholarship in Mathematics, Xiaoxian Hua with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Daniel Weifong Huang. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a research certificate in science, Kei Wei Huang with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Haley Kate Hunter with first-class honors. Receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Linda Wynn with first-class honors. Warda Javed with first-class honors. Yangfan Jin with first-class honors. Samuel Douglas Johnson with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Abidemi Faisal Tochukwu Kafo with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Mohammed Harris Khan with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Shay Gillian Comant with first-class honors. Recipient of a Louis S. Crosby Memorial Medal in Physics and a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Tatiana Kuznets with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Tess Danielle Lamère with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Morgan Annette Marie Lapierre with first-class honors. Caitlin Emily Larson with first-class honors, and Caitlin is also receiving a certificate in biomedical research. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Reagan Taylor Larson with first-class honors. Xian Le with first-class honors. Peng Liu with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a certificate in biomedical research, Caleb Liu with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Brady Ray Lorenz. Matthew Ryan Luzentalis Simpson. Ashlyn Dawn McGuire with first-class honors. Pavlo Malanin with first-class honors. Sean Robert McClure with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in science and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Amanda McIver with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Jillian Elizabeth Meyer with first-class honors. Recipient of a gold medal in chemistry and a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Ninkun Miao with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Jean Garang Monyor with first-class honors. Kenneth Jacob Moore with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Easton John Munchrath with first-class honors. Carmen Ng with first-class honors. Hung Ten Win. David Pankratz with first-class honors. Jesser Joshua Panapio with first-class honors. Taylor Joanna Parkila with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Pramkumar Hashtakumar Patel with first-class honors. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Riya Rashmikant Patel. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Robert Eka Douglas Penner. Anne-Marie Christine Peterson with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a certificate in biomedical research, Ivy Annalie Irwood Porter with first-class honors. Also receiving a research certificate in science, Annie Ignatius Porthkaran with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Wyatt Nicholas Praharenka with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Isha Ralhan, with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Saf Rehman, with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Midhat Ali Rizvi, with first-class honors. Alison Denise Rubin, with first-class honors. Mark Austin Sellers. Wenyu Shen. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Grace Ann Silver, with first-class honors. Samuel Blaine Simonson, with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a certificate in biomedical research, Morgan Jean Sosniak, with first-class honors. Tristan Randall Irwin Stark. Shelby Deneen Steenerson. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a Sunil Keith Jogdut Memorial Scholarship for Excellence in Science, Catherine Strong, with first-class honors. Marco Andrew Smehelski. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Tracy Tan, with first-class honors. Celestina Stefana Tanase. Jeremy Jiju Thomas, with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a certificate in biomedical research, Alexander William Toohey, with first-class honors. Paige Marie Vandenberg. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Billy Wang, with first-class honors. Siting Wang, with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Yusen Wang, with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Savannah Marie Weber, with first-class honors. Fue Wan, with first-class honors. Noah John Becky Wenninger. Ashley Kathleen Wendt. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Lana Wishaw, with first-class honors. Kyle Robert Whitlock, with first-class honors. Stephen Zachary Winter, with first-class honors. Joanne Wingtang Wong. Madeline Bryn Yee, with first-class honors. Isaac Zier Wanklin, with first-class honors. Weizhou Zhang. Also receiving a certificate in computer game development, Yiji Zhao. Tongbo Zhu, with first-class honors.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science with Specialization, Angus Clyde Abels. Toluwanimi Rebecca Abodunwa, with distinction. Sadra Aghazeda, with distinction. Derek Jared Adi Alsog. Oluwatoni Anjola Lua Ajayi.
Who would like the full name?
Thank you. Toluwanimi Ianwu Olua Akindele. Yohan Manghas Alvendia. Derek Edward Anderson. Paulina Erna Anderson. Sydney Elise Anderson with distinction. Riley Albert Roy Andrews. Nicole May Massa Atienza. Gregory David Baker. Keter Philip Copez Balisnomo. Scott Andrew Barker. Hayden Thomas Bowder. Marev Caballero Bautista. Abigail Elaine Bégin with distinction. Julianne Bernice Bellardo with distinction. Liam Lam Belial with distinction. Michelle Elizabeth Bentley. Receiving both a Bachelor of Science with Specialization and a Certificate in International Learning, Jordan K. Ann Berazan. Boy Van Sai with distinction. Brandon Lee Campbell. Receiving both the Bachelor of Science and Certificate in Biomedical Research, David James Campbell with distinction. Jonathan Shalaturnik. Nefmal Danyathri Chandrahalal with distinction. Hugh Fung Kevin Chang with distinction. Peilin Chen. Justin Dion Joseph Childs Villeneuve. Na-un Chen with distinction. Jeff Cho with distinction, also he's gaining his certificate in computer game development today. Clark Stephenson Chummick. Jocelyn Pu Yin Chu. Jackie Kang Min Chung. Brian Eli Church. Emily Caitlin Clark. Receiving her Bachelor of Science and a Research Certificate in Science, Zoe Keeley Demers Collins with distinction. Joshua Craig. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Computer Game Development, Morgan Elizabeth Chilenes with distinction.
She's also got her certificate in computer game development.
Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in Computer Game Development, Alexandria Rochelle Cito. Colin Thomas Damore. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Research Certificate in Science, Carly Madison Davis with distinction. Ruby Jenilyn De Jesus. Gurmeet Singh Dillon. Samuel Paul Dolha. Receiving a Bachelor of Science, a Research Certificate in Science, and a Certificate in International Learning, Elisa Quiros Domingo. Guanfang Dong. Shalana Danielle Driver. Shua Du. Nolan Matthew Dick with distinction. Brett Jonathan Wesley Edwards. Maolong Fan. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Yue Fan. Malcolm Thomas Fisher. Eric Merlin Flock. Nicholas William Friesen. Su Fe. Liam Peter Gale. Zihan Gao. Catalina Garcia Hidalgo with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Lorenzo Garcia with distinction. Zina Geblawi. Karanvir Singh Gida. Von Ganziola with distinction. Tammy Joanne Gosselin with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Adam Taylor Green with distinction. Rachel Kaori Green. Jingyun Gu. Zhang Zhengguo. Jacob Kenneth Hansen with distinction. Emily Marie Harvey with distinction. Ayet Hashem. Kate Avis Haynes. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate, research certificate in science, Sasha Keela Hinahan Smith with distinction. Bennett Earl Herchuk with distinction. Randy Hu. Yue Hu. Amy Navi Hua. Ifan Hua. Xin Huang. Michal Iawe. Danielle Myrna Doris Jensen. James Elliott Jewett. Carol Jericho. Benjamin Thomas Jones with distinction. Storm Kafer. Deanna Julia Karch with distinction. Kirill Kashan with distinction. Victoria Mutanu Kasoa. Yuheke. Lakan Kara. Jihuan Kim. Sydney Ray Klatt with distinction. Kayla Marie Lynn Kiefler. Amy Catherine Labuick with distinction. Alexander Anthony Lanty-Trajkovsky. Benjamin Dean Lavin. Calvin James Lee. Shiying Lee. Victoria Lee. Taylor Ann Lem with distinction. Andy Lee. Hauran Lee with distinction. Junjuo Lee. Katie Lee. Willie Liao. Melvin Zheyan Liu. Zhongyun Lim. Zhao Shanglin with distinction. Jimao Lin with distinction. Tianli Liu. Xinhai Liu. Noel Orlando Ernest Lockyer. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in Biomedical Research, Jimmy Liu. Shanli Liu with distinction. Yaoji Liu. Yuxing Lue. Monica Hannah Masumi Paulina Ryan Ludwig with distinction. Michael Paul Ludwig. Yingnan Ma. Brooklyn Nisha Mankasing. Gerald Alexander Manweiler. Ivan Ma. Ishmael Mar. Diana Alexandra Martinez Moreno. Maria Anna Matalinska. Thomas Leonard McBride. Owen Donald Ford McLeod. Sean David McNary. Darby Michael McPhee. Driti Taral Mehta with distinction. Mandy Marie Mindersma. Diana Lorraine Mello with distinction. Catherine Ann Cray Metke. Travis Milan Milot. Farhana Mohammed. Aaron's Derenik Moises with distinction. Amanda Michelle Monty. Celine Mokos. Tynan Charles Negreeff with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in Biomedical Research, Ho Hei Ing with distinction. Nguyen Tran Thuong Min. Sarah Lee Nguyen. Michelle Amankwa Ntiamoa with distinction.
Just again as it's spelled.
Ifeolue Odeleye.
Mengan Olive.
Carlo Umengan Olivia. Oya Bimbola, Abdul Rahman Oyawunmi. Dan Marvin Opena Palyaban. Zheying Pan. Cindy Pang with distinction. Michael Paradis. Shaitali Patel. Risha Kalpushkumar Patel with distinction. Miriam Lauren Pauline with distinction. Shuonan Pe. Ryan Christopher Perez. Isia Plouffe with distinction. Alexandra Preddy with distinction. Matthew John Pruden with distinction. Melody Yvette Pubantz with distinction. Jordi Sibok Pun. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in Biomedical Research, Yasmin Reyes. Huba Razak. Rebecca Lee Reef. Jingyi Ren. Derek James Repka with distinction. Taylor Ryan Roberts. Angela Halo Robinson.
Receiving a J.A. Jacobs Scholarship in Physics, Ted Rembrandt Harris Robinson with distinction. Kaylee Elizabeth Roteliak. Jeffrey David Rutledge. Sarah Nicole Rowell. Julian David Salazar Duarte. Recipient of a gold medal in computing science, Matthew James Schlosser with distinction. Shaylin Larissa Schultz. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Juhi Bimilkumar Shah with distinction. Also receiving a research certificate in science, Prachi Kalpesh Shah with distinction. Sumaya Shah. Hazra Sheganpur with distinction. Allison Lynn Shuchuk. Ian Malcolm Sinclair. Alyssa Marie Skera. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Mackenzie James Smith with distinctions. Marissa Robin Snyher. Also receiving a research certificate in science, Marissa Ann Marlene Sobey with distinction. Yiwen Song. Receiving a gold medal in science, Caitlin Sarah Sosnowski with distinction. Sigrid Nina Struzik. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Jikun Su. Nigel Tan. Ada Lian Tang. Eddie James Tang. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Helen Shihan Tang with distinction. Elizabeth Marie Taylor. Justine Mary Talowski with distinction. Jeanette Tai. Samrat Thakur. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Leanne Alexa Thompson with distinction. Shelley Tian. Catherine Grace Torini. Henry Trong. Pearl Chinghan Sul with distinction. Libby Donna Tani with distinction. Drishtant Upadhyay with distinction. Noah Mather Van Camp with distinction. Fatima Ayla Lampa Ventura. James Wynne Coyvoil. Cindy Vuong with distinction. Stephanie Elizabeth Wallach. Jia Wan. Wincy Wingtse Wan. Bowe Wong. Ya Yuan Wang. Jinhue Wang. Zhengpyang Wang with distinction. Recipient of an APEGA Past President's Medal in Geophysics and a J.A. Jacobs Scholarship in Geophysics, Jire Wang with distinction. Jizhang Wang. Ian Jeffrey Wark. Peter Charles Weckend with distinction. Dana Jillian Wong. Evan Taylor Wong. Savio Wong. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Vincent Sijuan Wong with distinction. Minchi Wu. Xue Xia with distinction. Xiaoshuan Shang. Yishuan Xie. Kaiyuan Chu. Siqi Yan. Kuan Yan Yang with distinction. Xiao Yang with distinction. Cassidy Gray Yasinski with distinction. Jaeyun Yoon. Zuchang Yu. Also receiving a research certificate in science, Tassina Zara with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in biomedical research, Eric Zhang with distinction. Mingyu Zhang. Yi Zhang. Yizhou Zhao with distinction. Minxi Zhou. Xinyi Zhuang. Recipient of a gold medal in science, Emma Uldal Zwegenbohm with distinction.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
Well, graduates, you've made it. You are now officially on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019. Well, grads, now it's your turn. I'm going to ask you to stand up and turn around and get everyone's attention. Let's give the people who have supported you through all of this, your parents and siblings, your grandparents, your spouses, your children and friends, stand up and give them a huge round of applause. Today is truly a very proud day for them and for the University of Alberta. In total, this spring, we're graduating 6,890 students. So now that you're, let's hear it for them. Now that you're back with us, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before you are formally welcomed into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, I invite you to watch the screens for the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in 2008 in honor of the University of Alberta centenary. It captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university and hopefully sparks your own memories of your years here. The song is also a display of many University of Alberta talents. It was composed by Professor Emeritus and Honorary degree recipient Dr. Franz Lavoisier-Ouimet and arranged by U of A alumnus Alan Bevan. The recording is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnan. Please enjoy.
Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, thank you. To the 2019 graduating class, congratulations and welcome. My name is Ramesh Bambani. I graduated from the University of Alberta in 1972. It is my honor to congratulate you on becoming a University of Alberta alumnus and to officially welcome you into our alumni family. You are joining a proud and inspired group of graduates committed to each other's success and committed to building the University of Alberta into one of the world's greatest universities for the public good. I call upon you to stay connected with each other, with other alumni, and with your university throughout your lifetime. We will be there for you, for each other, and for our university. I also call upon you to go out from this place and be inspired by the promise and challenge of our alumni to do great things. Our alumni have done many great things in the past. Now it is your turn. Great things are actions big and small. They can take place anywhere, anytime. They support other alumni, the university, and our society, and they come from using the knowledge and talents that you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and others. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future endeavors. And now, please turn your attention to the screen.
No matter what your story, where you came from, what it took to get here, at this place, you were welcomed. You became part of our family. At this place, you inherited a spirit of innovation, of action, of coming together to uplift the whole people. Our school and our spirit have grown, but we still learn, innovate, lead, solve problems, take action. We raise up our communities, and we help others succeed. We are University of Alberta alumni, and for more than a century, we have come together and carved a new trail for those who follow. Together, we are stronger. Together, we shine brighter. Together, from this place into the world. Together, we have, and we will, do great things.
In closing, I'd like to offer a few words of thanks. Dr. Cyril Kay, thank you once again for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. You were an inspiring example of leadership, service, and accomplishment, and in accepting this honorary degree, you bring great honor to the University of Alberta. I also wish to thank our talented vocalist, Ms. Mary Irene McCormack, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. And I wish to acknowledge the hard work of the staff of the Office of the Registrar and the Office of the Senate for their organization of today's convocation. I'm pleased to invite everyone to join us in the main floor lobby for refreshments and conversation. Finally, to our graduates, congratulations for all that you have accomplished leading up to the conferral of your degree. Today is an important milestone in a journey of lifelong learning. Your education here will open new horizons for you and for our entire community. Wherever your dreams may take you, I invite you to remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. One final thought. As you contemplate your future, I encourage you to remember that of all the things that you may do, of all the successes that you may achieve. Nothing is as important as the kindness you show to others. Congratulations.